And that rule has played out in many, many areas of my life. Just be at the table. If you have the energy and the time, you go and be there when things are being decided, and you never know what that might bring for you. The other thing with starting organizations, especially in the short run, that's why I said it's not forever, but in the beginning, people are not going to pay you. Remember, we talked about risk allocation. They might not pay you if they don't know what work you do. So sometimes you've just got to take a chance and say, from my business development risk, I'm taking a risk. It's true, I might not be paid, but there's a small chance that these people will see how excellent I am. And from there, then they'll invest in me and we can start having a relationship. But if you keep everything close to your chest and you feel like being underpaid even once is somehow, I even don't like it when people say being paid what I'm worth. Because once you get a certain figure in your mind, it means you reduce your flexibility. If the economy goes down, you want to know that you're able to ride the waves, but you can't insist on the market paying you something when even those people who are paying you are also subject to ups and downs. Because when you speak with that rigidity, it's almost like you're assuming that other people have control over their entire ecosystem and environment, but everybody is just trying. That's what I tell people. So you try and be flexible, you try and be able to upshift and downshift. Always make it so that you can work for free if you want. Don't tie yourself up where you even reduce opportunities because you're so rigid in the way you think about what an opportunity is. But this is also linked to my philosophy around vocation, which is a whole other conversation, because I believe you're on this earth to do a purpose.
Yes.
You're here to do something. And whether when you're doing that work, it's paid or not paid, it doesn't change the level at which I do that thing and the commitment with which I do that thing. So that's what now can complicate things. Because if you're thinking that this job is a job as an end in itself, you have a very different attitude than when you're saying, my vocation in life is to unleash prosperity for Africans and Kenyans. If you do that, then it means whether or not I'm volunteering in an NGO on the board, or whether or not I'm being paid millions to be somewhere else, all of that is advancing my mission. So I don't worry so much about the title or the role. I always say it's substance over form. So it's what is the work am I doing? Is it advancing my mission? Then from there, what the title is and how it's working. It doesn't mean that at the end of the day, the jigsaw doesn't have to work so you have an income, but you shouldn't make it so that income becomes a barrier to you going where you're going, where it becomes a showstopper. Yeah.
Wow. You can eat. You can eat exposure.
You can certainly eat exposure. Without exposure, you might never eat. So just get exposure.
Woo!